Ooh, ooh, ooh. Got my microphone. Can y'all see my mic? Where's that at? Hey, what up, what up, what up? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if I can get a mic check. 1 2 1 2. That joint beaming on me, man. I'm gonna play around with some colors. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. I'm just playing around real fast. Trying to get some lighting straight. Hey, what up, what up, what up? Say something in the chat for me. Come on, give me bright. Stop that. Greetings, Earthlings. You're getting transmissions from Sirius. What's up, Ricky Skills? How are you today, brother? I am in Moon Goddess. What's up? What's going on? Carl, what's going on? All right, hold on. I'm trying to find this. Come on. Where's the white light at? Green, blue. Yeah, this thing drawn. I need a remote control. What up? What up? What up? Oh, you got a moon in Aquarius? What degree is your moon, bro? I didn't know you had a moon in Aquarius. I didn't know that. That's all I had to do. You got moon in Aquarius? That's what's up. Oh shoot, Moon Goddess is in Aquarius too. Hey, my moon in Aquarius, Johnny Williams, what's good? Moon in Aquarius. Oh shoot. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. Moon in Aquarius, man. We're gonna kick it off at 9 o'clock though, but everybody, you can click the thumbs up button for me. Click the thumbs up. Charging my crystals under the moon with salt on a Star David board. Yeah, I'm gonna take mines out tonight. In fact, the moon really just came in. I don't think it's gonna be visible where I'm at because it's cloudy. Street, aka concrete. Happy G Day. Wow, today your birthday. Birthday on a full moon could be producing a lunar eclipse effect. That's pretty dope. You got Mars and Sag, and Mars goes in Gemini. Oh, look, Mars and Gemini are gonna be there till like March or something. It's gonna be there for a minute because Mars is gonna retro, and he gonna be in Gemini like until March. And so this is going to be quite interesting, my friends. For those of you who have anything in 3, 6, 9, 12, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. Woo-wee. If y'all got Mars there, Sun there, Mercury there, then I would say Moon. Be on the lookout. You in trouble. You up under cold red for real, for real. All right, Lamar, Natal, Aqua Moon, Gemini, Sun, Virgo, Rising. Man, it's a lot of Aquarian moons in here tonight. That's what I'm talking about. So maybe that's why we all vibe. But yeah, I'm gonna try to stay up because I'm actually a little tired, man. I've been working. Um, but I may take some of these out to the river. I don't know. There go one of the amethyst clusters right there. I have to get out the way and show y'all. But I got a couple little pieces. They go one little piece I use. This is one of my quartz right here. One of my favorite pieces in here. Um, it's a beautiful piece, man. So I may take out my bigger pieces to a river. You know what I mean? As Aquarius, Aquarius is the one that um, pours that water out. So I definitely may take, especially that bigger piece. I don't know if you can see it right there in the corner. Then you can see some. You can see some behind me. Uh, so I may take some of these pieces out. Let me see something real fast. Hold on. I got a few. This was given to me. I think Ross Band gave me this one, man. This is like a Lumerian joint. So I'm definitely taking this one out. You know what I mean? So I think this one is a Lumerian quartz. And then I got a beautiful, this thing was only like $40, right? Beautiful amethyst. If you can see it on that side. And then my baby. You know what I mean? What's up? What's up, Nisha Boo? You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna take these bigger pieces out tonight. Because people in the store didn't touch them and all that stuff. So I'm gonna let geese piss river water because that's what it is. I'm gonna put the goose piss river water on them, let them run, and then when I bring them back, rinse them off. You know what I'm saying, and really tap in. You know what I mean. So I'll be vibing with nature. Hopefully, if not, then I'll do it in the morning. You know, I may do it in the morning. You know what I mean. Yeah, then I got a couple more pieces over there and stuff. I got some raw tourmaline that ain't been polished. In fact, it's in a bowl back there. Um, I just may take a couple pieces out. El Boki, what up? Sun in Taurus, Moon in Aries. That's next door to each other, so that's cool. That's potentially a dark moon because the moon is behind you. You know what I mean? So if the moon's behind you, right behind you, it could be a dark moon. Um, yeah, so ritualizing technology tonight. You know what I mean? That's the goal. That's the goal. So a lot of y'all got Aquarian moons, right? Aquarius is going to fall somewhere in your chart. And it's really about once you know your own birth chart, you silly. Once you know your own birth chart, it's just a reflection of you, you know. Once you notice, it becomes real personal. This is how you personalize the energy. So you get the universal energy is in the sky, which is okay, tonight the moon is in Aquarius. What is Aquarius? One, right? So that you can say, man, listen, well, what is the moon energy? The moon energy is an energy that deals with connection, which you emotionally respond to, which you want to nurture, which you want to protect, um, your deep inner feelings, right? And then Aquarius is friends. So, what friends can you nurture, or is really another side of that could be what's coming into fulfillment, what has filled its term on a friendship level, because a full moon could also symbolize pretty much the end because the energy is filled. You understand what I'm saying? So it just really depends on what cycle you're going through what are the patterns and what is the nature of what's going on in your personal life, where you can make the observation and see, okay, Aquarius full moon, is one of my friends out of pocket, in a sense, so-called friends out of pocket and whatnot. But also, how can you be fulfilled, in a sense? um Aquarius can also deal with technology. Definitely does, without a shadow of a doubt. This is social media. This is Bitcoin, that kind of thing as well. And then you can see what's coming to some type of fullness at this particular time, right? And so um, that's universal because that's the energy in the sky, the moon, Aquarius. But where is it for you? K Money, what's happening? And so this is where it becomes really, really good at. And this is when you have to know the time that you're born, because again, like right now where we at, it's 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So the sun is set. You know, look out that window, it's getting kind of dark. The sun is down already in the west, although today is August the 11th. Um, the sun is in the western portion of the sky, known as the seventh house, going into the sixth house because it's dark out. But if I was born at sunrise on today, August the 11th, then the sun is in the east. And if I'm born around noon, 2 o'clock, in that window, the sun is over here in the south. And so, you know, being born at different times, the energy throughout the day, like sunrise, high noon, and then sunset, those are different energetic portions of the day, which translates to these are different areas of my life. All a house is, and I've been telling y'all, all a house is an area of space that translates into an area into my life. Remember, I like to use the seventh house or the western portion of the sky in your birth chart, known as the DC, because the DC represents descendant, meaning the energy is going down like sunset in the west. And therefore, um, the seventh house deals with relationships and partnerships and marriage and whatnot. And so, you know, again, I always get a famous example of, well, what a coincidence. The couple likes holding hands on the beach looking at the sunset, because this is the region of space known as the seventh house, or the western portion of the sky, deals with that type of energy, relationships. Okay. So, if you know your chart, now you know where the houses fall on the wheel and where the signs are at on those houses. King Simon, what up? Another Aquarian in the building. And so for me, Aquarius is in the eighth, and then I got some of Aquarius in the ninth. So now you got to really know the particulars to a degree. And so if you got Aquarius on the first house, then you know it's more about self and really asserting yourself. When it comes to groups of people or this technology idea, put it in motion, right? Um, when it's on the second house, it could deal with your values and money. You know what I mean? Aquarius on the second is definitely some type of investment marker inside of this technology sector. You know what I'm saying? You probably could do really well here. On the third house, it's more of friends and communications, teaching with friends, socializing with people. So this is a highly social thing. On the fourth house, this is more or less of, honestly, on the higher side. The fourth house deals with ancestors and people who are deceased. And then Aquarius is friends. So now you could have the ability to communicate with deceased friends in a sense. That's extreme, highly spiritual. Um, but on the fourth house, it could represent, you know, really taking the time out to nurture and appreciate people who you call friends, right here as well. And then also with family as well, because the fourth house is definitely a family type of vibe. When it moves to the fifth house, it's radical love, but it's your children. Um, so I would put the focus more or less on my love life, my romantic life in a sense. and my children. Sixth house, definitely watch your health. That's the house of health. It is also the house of day-to-day work, what you do for a job in a sense. So maybe it's something about your job you may want to change in a sense. Um, so it's definitely that. And be careful here because the sixth house deals with work and it deals with health. And if you don't like your work, then that means that could affect your health. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the same energy governing the same pocket, also known as, again, the same house and whatnot. So if you got the full moon in the sixth house, and definitely pay attention to anything you need to do health wise, and anything you need to do when it comes to your day-to-day job that you go to. Okay. Seventh house, ooh, relationships are highlighted at this particular time. And fulfillment, this could be close friendships, this could be more of a personal relationship, husband and wife type of vibe. um so you can make it happen on that. Excellent time for if it's, see, it's only two things, right? People who get monthly reports with me, like, there's only really two things when it comes to relationships, right? You can balance the energy because you know that there's a pocket, and you should be able to feel and tell what's going on, that we're a little out of tune, we ain't in the best of energies right now. So then you gotta work with some alchemy, and you got to get to work and say, I'm gonna throw this surprise picnic in the house. When you come in, there's gonna be, we're gonna have a picnic right here. You know what I mean? And so when you come in, you're gonna be totally shocked. Why? Because I'm trying to shift this energy. And the reason I'm shifting it is because I can just tell that our energies are a little off. Um, and also the second thing will be, well, everything is good and you want it to remain good. And so you're putting a positive stamp on it, and you're going to do the same setup, just because you want to be special and you want to um, have another positive day in the record books of time. That is very important because, listen, a real measurement of what we really should be doing is, you can do it on a calendar, but it's so much cooler if you kind of had a real calendar. To me, is a circle, and then if you can put January 1st on the circle and go all the way around the circle till you get to December 31st. And if you can mark your days like a traffic light: red, bad day, stop; green, good, great, give me some more; yellow, I'm feeling all right, it's a mixture of the two, right? And just color code your days, because what's happening is, excuse me, I cannot sit up under air conditioner, man, this shit drives me crazy. um what's really happening is, like, we celebrate birthdays and we celebrate anniversaries. We're celebrating Trill Cast. What's good? Cosmic Sunflower, Mike P, the greatest. What's going on? When we celebrate those things, those are really space. Those are really, times and space are spatial points. We just call it July 4th, January 1st. We call it those things. But in all actuality, the earth is in the same position. So if you can imagine that circle, right? And the earth is there once, one day throughout the year. You call this day July 4th, fireworks day and things of that nature. So just like you're having a good day, that energy is being recorded. That your whole birth chart is the whole purpose of why this thing becomes animated, is because at the time of your birth, when they cut the umbilical cord and you drew your first breath, you let out that cry in that sense, and you started breathing independently. That's really I call that's when spirit stamps the soul. Okay. So spirit stamps soul at this particular point. And this is the real birthday or time of birth. Okay. And so now we say, oh, snap, where's the sun? Oh, it's 1 o'clock. It's over here. Oh, cool. Oh, the moon is just now coming up in the east. Oh, this planet is over here in the west. Right. And so we call these houses. And so if that energy remembers you, and boy, it does, it absolutely does. You can just go back in these video archives and start looking at some of the um, celebrity stories. I forget The last one we did was Lil Duval, right? Lil Duval was in an accident, and you saw how the planet Mars, I think he had a Mars return. Mars was in right here when he was born, and then Mars came back to the same spot where it was when he was born, and thus, bam, he had this event. So space remembers who you are without a shadow of a doubt. That's one thing that I think our style, myself, Minister Jew style of really understanding the science is nobody's talking about space has memory. They're talking about, oh, you got Mars conjunct Mars. Have you ever took the time out? How can Mars conjunct itself? How can one planet conjunct itself? What you're saying is Mars in the sky conjoins, which means conjunction, conjoins back to the space where it was when you were born. Oh, so then that means, because there's only one Mars, it ain't two Mars. In the chart, it's going to look like it's two Mars. Mars in the sky, and then your chart in the inside of the wheel. So this is static. This is stuck because it's where things were when you were born. But the planets keep on moving. So as they keep on moving, bam, it's back again. So we're saying, hey, this planet is back again to where it was when you were born. So transit Mars, transit means motion. Transit Mars conjuncts this space where the planet was. So now that space has memory. So now the real calendar is us understanding that this day, good day, this day, good day, this day, bad day, this day, not so good. Let me do some work to try to make it good. Oh, we had a bad day that day. Okay, let me work on that. You see what I'm saying? So that's really the key. All right. I say all the time, to me, I thought DJ Khaled was the best example. Silliness, grateful, gratitude, thankful. You know what I'm saying? We the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then stamp that space because you have a bad day today. Ooh wee. You're setting yourself. You just left a negative imprint. Look, you know it's not bogus because if you really think about it, the human being at the core is light, heartbeat, right? Brainwave, right? You're light. Well, shit. Last I checked, light dealt with negative and positive poles. Okay. This can later be expressed as good and bad in a sense. And so, since light has two poles of duality, like a North Pole, South Pole, right? I told you the Earth is bipolar. Okay. Um, then yeah, you can have negative days, which we know through our expression and experiences, and these in good days, right? And so again, the game is to stamp it with as much as the energy that you desire. Because if you have a negative day, you just gave birth to a negative, invisible energy that is now has its own birthday. We call this a magnetic demon. Okay. And this is real stuff. Okay. And so now this is why you wonder, some people will be like, man, every October, you know, I go through such and such and I'm always sad. Yeah, because now you're in what's called the rhythm. See, remember in the Kabbalion, which talks about these seven laws of the universe in a sense, right? Dealt with thought. Yes, all is mental. That's the first rule. You got to understand. Simply meaning everything has consciousness. The plant has consciousness. The picture on the wall is made of atoms, electrons, protons. So therefore, that has to a degree some consciousness, right? And then you have the second law is the law of correspondence. Now, to me, it's one of my favorite, but in the rest of the laws that come after that is just a mirror of how to figure out correspondence. What are you trying to correspond? You're trying to correspond the first law of thought. Okay. Okay. So then they say, listen, the whole game is thought. That ain't even really the first law. That's the whole game. The whole game is thought. Now let's move to the second phase. Now you got to understand correspondence. But correspondence ain't really a law because because that's telling you how to be on the lookout for the thought. So now the rest of them, the other five, is really the laws. because then you're going to move into vibration, because everything that moves vibrates. Everything that's alive, all consciousness vibrates. A rock vibrates, it just vibrates real slow. So it looks like it don't move, and it's not moving, but it don't mean that it don't have properties within it that makes it, conscious. Okay. And so now you get into vibration. And then you may get into polarity, right? Then you may get into gender, cause and effect, rhythm, right? And my point is, especially with rhythm, because rhythm is TikTok. I love that name because they figured it out. Boy, that's genius. Rhythm is TikTok. So now you have a negative day in space that's intelligent and remembers things. Yes. Now this negative day sits there. And then when a planet comes and occupies that day, especially what we call the malefic planets, planets that represent a little bit of aggression, a little bit of sadness. These are just forces in nature. This is what it is, right? Venus may be the happy one. The sun may be the happy one. The Jupiter may be the happy one. But you got some other ones that's kind of cold and harsh, right? The Saturns and the Mars a little bit. And so now when this planet gets in this same space, which could be 2 years later, right? For Mars, then all of a sudden you're having an event that mirrors that initial energy of that day. So now guess what? You're now in the rhythm from your own what? Thoughts, because they told you the first law is thought. They told you this. The first law is thought. So now thought has a vibration, because soon we hook you up to a machine, you see up and down patterns, just like your heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. That's vibration. That's rhythm. To a degree, that's polarity. Boom, boom. Right? You hear this up, down, this 1-2 type of step to it. Right? And so these laws are ever at work. So it's our job to really, man, you got to guard your peace at all costs to the best of your ability. And you will be tested, you will be tried. How else you gonna know you're doing a good job if you don't play the game, right? You got to play the game, right? All right, so moving on. Hope y'all got that. All right, so moving on. The eighth house, full moon in the eighth. Man, this is the sex house. This is the secret house. This is the what they would call metaphysics studying. This is joint finances. This is a deep house. This house got a lot of things associated with it. This is, man, this could be mommy, you know what I mean? Female. It happens every month. It's not a full moon every month, but it goes through the space every month. So it don't necessarily mean somebody gonna die per se. But it is an excellent energy if you got Aquarius in the eighth to deal with, start thinking about the estate, the will, the legacy that you're going to leave behind, in a sense, inheritance, things of that nature. But it's also a perfect time to deal with joint finances if you're in a relationship with someone, or look at some investments because it deals with other people's money, right? Um, Moon could definitely deal with female money. You know what I'm saying? So we can take a look at that and whatnot. But this is really an excellent time to do some psychoanalysis, because the eighth house really deals with a deep level of psychology. And so the moon here allows us to really go deep within our own emotions. The eighth house is the house of transformation as well. So learning the laws of transmutation is of the utmost importance. All right. That's really where the fun takes place at. Because again, that's the game. The game is, I'm feeling some type of way. Can I work past it? You know what I'm saying? I'm mad at you, you mad at me, but can I still come and touch your booty? Because I don't want to hold that energy that we beefing about, right? And so learning how to work past what you feel is very important. Okay. The ninth house, this is philosophical all day. Excellent time perhaps to study. What is it? What's the subject matters that you've been thinking about? You know what I'm saying? This is an excellent time to really ponder those things. The 10th house is more of career, success, You got it up in the 10th, man. This is the full moon here. You tonight is your night where you got to really go in and visualize. All of this stuff is about visualization, and being in harmony with your own personal clock. So here, this is time for you to get into that career mode or that success mode of how you see yourselves being successful and seeing the end result of what that look like. This is your vision coming true when it's in the 10th house, because this represents career and success. Okay. In the 11th house, this is naturally where it belongs. So it's just a double emphasis on Aquarius. It's groups of people, social media, things of that nature, networking, your friends. So it's just a double Aquarian thing. And then finally, the 12th house is more of a this is the mystic house. This is the one that deals with solitude. This is the one that deals with meditation, visualization, imagination, perhaps even some type of spiritual vision. I would really pay attention to your dreams within, tonight, tomorrow for sure as well. Like, just pay attention to your dreams of what comes through, or an excellent time for you to cast that energy out there to get more connected, and then pretty much ask for, opening yourself up to ask for the divine sign that you need, because the 12th house is the house of mysteries all day. You see what I'm saying? It's the unseen stuff. You know what I mean? On a physical standpoint, it can represent music, poetry, hospitals. To a degree, it's kind of like it's a higher octave of the sixth house. It's a reflection of the sixth. So it deals a little bit more with kind of like a charity type of energy, but it deals more with, again, with institution, nursing homes type of facilities, also prisons and things of that nature. It's confinement in a sense, right? But again, on a personal note, it's more of you escaping. That's a key word for the 12th, escaping reality, going off in solitude, and pretty much getting some type of download that's going to come to you. And most importantly, you acting that out. Because in 6 months from now, what's going to happen when it's Aquarius season, the sun and the moon are going to join each other right here in Aquarius. So this is a perfect time to really do a 6 month goal. And you can do them, you could have did it 6 months ago, when it was already, a full moon. Well, 6 months ago you could have did it, and now you could have played this energy right here. But the energies are the energies, you know what I'm saying? It's full here. I'm a fan of bouncing thoughts off of planets. Is fun. That like to even be able to think about bouncing the thought off of a planet is amazing. And they tell you the moon is what? A satellite. Black Million, what's happening? And so the moon is a satellite. A satellite receives information and it sends information. That's what a satellite does. In this science, the moon is considered neutral. So it can go, when it's with Mars and Saturn, it can, in Pluto in a sense, it can go rogue. So now that means your emotional expression is nasty, because when you were born, this planet that represent emotions was next to what we consider to be the malefic planets, right? Even the sign, you know what I'm saying? And so, um, but if it's next to Venus, it's next to the sun, then it's more warmth. So Mercury and the moon are considered neutral. So they double agents. You got to watch them, because they kind of take on the energy of what they're interacting with. Where the sun is always the sun, in the sense, its energy is what it is. Mars is always on his gangster shit, and on some passion, you know what I'm saying, as well. Mars is thug passion. That's what it is. I promise you, that whole thug passion, that shit is Mars. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? A necessary energy, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so, um yeah, you just got to know this stuff. You know what I mean? You just got to know this stuff. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Again, you can go to astro.com. It's free. Put your birth chart in there, your birthday, your time of birth, the city you was born in, and start educating yourself on this particular simple, very simple process. This stuff is not rocket science. It's only 12 signs to remember. Like 12, like you can't remember 12. Like that's just the easiest thing to remember in the world. And so when you understand the 12 and the basic flow of it, you know what I'm saying? And then you can start venturing off into, and that's also obviously remembering the planets as well. And then, it's only like five major aspects. They don't even really consider five, but just like aspects simply mean, you know, oh, today is a full moon. That simply means the moon in the sky is opposite where the sun is. So what do opposite mean? Opposite means opposition. Opposition can translate to mean conflict, potential conflict, but it really should be balancing, because as we're in Leo season, fire, the moon is in Aquarius, which is air. That's my counterbalance. Leo is my balance in this world, in a sense, right? And so that's my mirror. Leo's definitely my mirror. Okay. And so that's fire and air. So that's harmonious when it comes to the energy makeup of what's going on. See, I'm gonna tell you what the biggest problem in this reality is. Everything is about perspective. There's no such thing, to a degree, there's no such thing as wrong. A wise man named Minister Jew once told me many years ago that the only evil that there is when you take away somebody's ability to make a choice, right? But a lot of this stuff is about perception. The reason that we disagree is because we don't have the same perception of the subject matter at hand. You may not necessarily be wrong. You're not wrong. That's how you see it. You're not wrong. I don't have to agree, but it don't make you wrong. And this is why there's another great saying in this science. When you get into the Kabbalion, they said, all truths are but half truths, and all truths can be reconciled. It's like, what? Or this paradox can be reconciled. What do you mean? All truths are but half truths. Either I got the truth or you lying, or you got the truth and I'm lying. No, 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 no. These wise people said all truth ain't nothing but the half truth. So if I break out a coin, you see heads, but I see tails. It's only one coin though. And it's based off perception. And so how can you be right and I be wrong at the same time? How can we reconcile that paradox? It's in all paradoxes can be reconciled. That's what it says. So how can we reconcile that paradox? You understand what I'm saying? And so that's why when people have conversation with me privately and they ask me stuff, I'll be like, it's yes and no. And I tell you the yes and I tell you the no, because you would get to a point in this understanding. See, remember, this is a place of what? Duality. What was one of those laws? Polarity, positive and negative. There's really two answers to everything. It really is. Okay. It could be that. All right. And so you would get to a point where you can see that and you'd be like, shit, well, yes and no. You know what I'm saying? Yes, because, no, because. You know what I mean? So, anyway, the reason that is based off perception, though, here's the kicker, which skews our perception against each other. It's where you're born at in space. Because everybody is on a circle somewhere. So imagine a wall clock, the 11th sign is Aquarius. Okay, all my Aquarians, we over here at 11, right? And then the one across from us is Leo. They born at number 5. But think about that. Really think about that. Let me give you another one because I think it's easier for us to visualize. When you look at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock on a horizontal wall clock, right? They're straight across from each other, right? But 9 o'clock, if you were born at 9 o'clock Sagittarius, what do you see when you look straight? And if you were to leave your reality, to leave your zodiac station and travel straight, you're going to go towards 3 o'clock. In Gemini, the polar opposite is like, I'm way on this side of reality. I'm going this way. So now we're going in opposite directions. And the beautiful thing about this is, here's the kicker. Imagine this wall clock in a circle. In the middle of the wall clock is the sun. Because remember, our reality is about the earth going around the sun, right? So now imagine the sun is in the middle. So if you at 9 o'clock, you can't even see anything past 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock. So when you look, let's say, imagine you at 9 o'clock. Really pay attention to what I'm saying. You're at 9 o'clock on a wall clock, and in the middle of the clock is this bright ass sun. So you can look a little bit to your right, and you may see 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I see 6, but now I see some light at 6. And once I go past 6 to 5 o'clock, I can't see that because the light of the sun has separated. So it's kind of like we take the clock and we draw a line from 12 to 6. We at 9 o'clock, but we're going to draw a line from 12 to 6 and cut it in half because the light of the sun you can't see on the other side. And this is why when you understand your reality, there's only 6 zodiac signs on the horizon at one time. The other 6 you can't see. So you got to wait till it comes up slowly but surely. And then the other 6 go down and then the other ones come up. So you can only see 6 at a time because you can't see the entire wheel in totality. Okay. So now, if you're born at 9 o'clock in this particular example, you can't see. We're going to draw a straight line from 12 to 6. You can't see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't see over there. And this is why they say, hey, the sign that square you, number 12, Pisces squares Sagittarius at 9 o'clock. Virgo, 6 o'clock, squares Sagittarius at 9 o'clock. And the same will be true if we're going to play it from the Gemini perspective at 3 o'clock. 12 is a square, 6 is a square. Because we're going to draw the straight line and cut it in half. You understand what I'm saying? And so now I can't see all of that energy that is your neighbor. That's dark to me because I don't see that when I was born. I'm not from that side of the cosmos, basically. I told you this thing is be set tripping for real. You're not from that side of the cosmos. So your square points are really the gatekeepers to your agitation because a square represents agitation. Why? Because once you get to that square and go past it, you totally out of pocket and you on the other side of the cosmos. So your square point is really the guardian that's like, the whole energy change with me from this point forward. You understand what I'm saying? So this thing is about angular perceptions. That's all it's about. The angle in which you was born, in which you see reality. Because what is a square? Think about this. Draw 9 o'clock on a wall clock. 9 o'clock on a wall clock. One is going horizontal and the other is going vertical. So on the map, horizontal is east and west. Vertical is north and south. That forms a cross, right? To me, which is the real opposites, because opposites to me ain't going that way. Opposites to me is this. You know what I'm saying? For real, when you understand this place. And so this thing is all about perception based upon when you were born. Now, it will behoove us to really study and understand what this reality is about in completion, because all of it really makes us up. Again, you can go to the bodily systems. It's going to correspond with this whole thing. Aries is the head, it's the blood. Taurus is the throat, the endocrine system. Gemini is the lungs, respiratory system. Cancer is the breast, fluids, lymphatic system. Leo is the heart, circulatory system. Virgo is the digestive tract of the intestines, digestive system. Libra is the kidneys, urinary system. Scorpio is the genitals and vagina, reproductive system, right? Sagittarius don't really have a system, but Sagittarius, the liver and, sciatica nerve. Capricorn, skin and bones. They call it what? The skeletal system. And what's that word for skin they use? Integumentary system and whatnot. So Cap got 2 systems, right? Aquarius, nervous system, the ankles, right? And Pisces is the feet, which I also share with Cancer in my book of the lymphatic system. You see what I'm saying? And so Pisces and Sag don't necessarily get a system in my book, but it does govern a piece of the body, though. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's how the energy flows. And so it's all within us. And so again, you are Christ. Don't you know that Christ is within you? That's what the book said. I'm not making this up. The book said, don't you know that Jesus Christ is within you? Don't you know that? And so now Christ is within you, and the 12 disciples is in two places. It's in your skull, okay? It's in your skull. What is this? Um, so it's in your skull because you got 12 pericranial nerves in your brain. I always say it. Hence, Jesus was buried at the place of Golgotha, right? The place of the skull. That's what it's called. So when you crack it open, it's going to have 12 cranial nerves connected to your brain. That's the 12 disciples. Hence, he had a crown of thorns around his head. So it's telling you to pay attention with what's within this, right? And then on the external, then that 12 times, because it's two nerves, 12 pairs in a sense. So then that's 24. So now that's 24 hours in a day, 12 zodiac signs, and hence 12 is your biggest number on the wall clock. Ain't nobody lying to you in society when it comes to timekeeping and things like that. The problem is you don't like other people's cultures. That's fine. You don't have to like people's culture. But as far as the timing goes, the rhythm goes, the nature goes, that's truth. You have to be in tune with that. Once you in tune with that and you understand that, then you become cosmic man, cosmic woman, and then you become complete. So now you can dabble in all this air energy and fire energy you got. Okay, let me balance myself out with water sounds, take baths. Let me play with plants. You know what I'm saying? It's like include my little baby cactuses over there. Like yesterday made 30 because I got an aloe right there. So I got 30 plants within this little space that you see is 30 different pots right here and two downstairs, 32, right? That I'm tapping into because it's an earth energy. um the goal is to be in tune with all of the energy, to embrace all of the energy. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, once you understand it, um our ignorance is no more hindering us. You know what I'm saying? As if we don't know what the flow is between these energies when you know what a person's energy is. You see what I'm saying? And so it becomes very liberating. That's the key, liberation. Okay. So anyway, man, I hope y'all have a good Aquarian full moon. Um, again, that's the guy who comes out. The constellation looks like your guy is pouring water out into the earth. You know what I'm saying? Interesting because it's an air sign. You know what I mean? It's not a water sign, it's an air sign. And I love that depiction because that water is nurturing. That water is, without it, we die. You know what I mean? It's essential. Some say it's over 90% of our makeup. You know what I mean? And it represents getting in tune more with our emotion, that side of the feminine energy for sure. And that could be hard to do, excuse me. That could be hard to do. I get it. But I think that we should pour that water out, pour your emotion out, and get to this place where you can because remember, Aquarius represents liberation. Aquarius is a sign of the rebel to do something totally different that shock you. Like it's revolution, it's change. So the moon represents the public. Interesting, because now for real, if there was a time that you wanted to just mentally cast energy about change, because the Aquarius is about change, Aquarius is freedom, Aquarius is the people. I'm sorry, nobody cares about the people more than us, because we the zodiac sign that represents people and humanity. Sorry, it's no knock, but y'all was busy doing what's essential for universal law, right? So the Leos is about looking good and having fun and loving the children and being creative. Nothing wrong with that's needed. That's a part of the law. You need that. The Virgos is like, oh, what about our health? And let's analyze things and pay attention to the details. Cool, no problem. We need good health. Without good health, we can't enjoy anything. You understand what I'm saying? And then I can keep on going. The Libra is like, let's be married. I want to be in a relationship. You gonna marry me? And like, I ain't talking to you unless you marry me. You know what I mean? Like, cool, you want to be with somebody. That's we're here to be with people. You know what I mean? So that's cool, right? Gemini's the teacher, Sag the teacher as well. And I can keep going on and on. But nobody cares for humanity. I'm sorry. Nobody cared. You didn't get the cosmic charge to care for humanity. And then when I look at this in history, I always say it. Abraham Lincoln Aquarius, Bob Marley Aquarius, Huey P. Newton Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? Like these were some bad dudes. Like these were some bad cats that all came and sparked an aspect of revolution. Bob Marley just created did his through art. You know what I'm saying? But he had the two political leaders of that time in Jamaica both on stage trying to kind of win his vote so they can influence the audience type of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? But that's what that energy is. That energy is about humanity. But this is an excellent time to really get out here and like the things that need to change. And if we had a vision for humanity to change, then we can cast that vision tonight dead on this moon. And that will take place. But we haven't, I ain't gonna say we as a culture to a degree, we don't agree on stuff, but two, we ain't even really thinking upstairs about, that kind of stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so, personalize it because it's personal anyway, and then make sure that you are in rhythm with your own energy. You know what I mean? So for me, I know it's coming in the early 20s, so it's going to come in my 8th, but it will definitely have some influence on my 9th, so I get like a dual energy. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the 8th, one of my favorites of the 8th is joint resources, investments, and things of that nature. um you know Within my joint ventures, what am I doing? It's a full moon. Just put the refrigerator over in this unit over here. Go to the other side of town and get the stove delivered while the lady was cleaning the house. Moon represents home. Literally, the moon represents home, right? The lady was cleaning the house while I'm getting the stove delivered over there on that property. So now they clean it up. I'm taking pictures of the property because this is a family member's property that I pretty much sold them, and I pretty much manage it. And I own the one across the street, so I sold him that one when it came up and whatnot. And so now that's a joint venture for us. You know what I'm saying? I get a small percentage every month of that particular deal. But it's joint finances. What a coincidence. And now it's ready to be filled. So I had a lot of contract signing this week, things becoming full in my life. You understand what I'm saying? As far as vacancies, because again, the moon represents home and it's full. So now my vacancies are getting full. I kid you not how funny this is. Yesterday, I get the key to a new property that I'm about to buy. And the new tenant who I just put a refrigerator in her unit, she got a family member that may be interested in moving in about September 1. And I'm like, well, you can come over here and take a look at it. And then they go over there and they take a look at it. And they like, oh yeah, I like it. So now I don't, I'm getting things, I'm getting commitments to get things full or filled as I'm already before I even really purchase it. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting commitments because the energy for me is swelling up in the realm of joint investments. You see what I'm saying? So to me, it's just beautiful to see it and be able to correspond with it. Like, oh, okay, that's what that is, and be on your job. It's not necessarily that can't tell you what to do. That is a reflection of what do you want to do. You know what I mean? And based off what did you do? Most importantly, what have you done? You see what I'm saying? Have you made the right decisions? Because then when certain things line up, it represents the crystallization of that particular choice that you made. That's all it is. It's all about choices. That's all it is, man. If you can put yourself in the rhythm of good energy, happiness, and making the best choice, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it feels good, you're going to win every time. And this is why, to a degree, successful people, in a sense, can be like, I don't have to look at that. I don't read that. You know what I mean? I got what I got because they had a magnetic north compass already lined up to go get and do what they do. You know what I'm saying? All right. So any questions, man? We get ready to wrap this thing up. That moon should be coming up, but I think it's cloudy. Let me check the weather. It's cloudy. I'm gonna take my old self to bed, man. I'm an old fella. It's partly cloudy. I need to wash my truck. That's what I need to do. Yeah, it's cloudy. So what y'all got, man? Soul Aquarians, man. Don't know about y'all. Don't care. Y'all don't care about humanity. Y'all be faking. Y'all don't care about the people. Not like us. Abraham Lincoln lost his life in front of his wife. Man, rest in peace, Abe. Man, I swear, boy. I'm gonna make it right. I'm gonna try my best. If I sit here and ponder about Abraham Lincoln, I would start crying. I really would. Because it just, God damn, man. You lose your life in front of, technically he died the next day, but you get shot in the head while you at the theater with your wife because you was, this Aquarian energy. Somebody had to stand up and go against the status quo. And even y'all heard of that rule of 41, when you take the quarter, the dime, the nickel, and the penny, and Abraham is on the penny, and his head is facing the opposite way of everybody else. Look at that though. Like I always thought that was amazing. Like, oh, okay, then he turned his back towards the people who got the copper on. He turned his back from the regular status quo, or where the other white people on the coins are facing, and then he's on copper, which is the copper tone, skin tone of the people that he really represented. That's beautiful that somebody in government thought about that, and then the government itself acquiesced and was like, "Yep, we're gonna let that shit roll." Like nobody contested and said, "No, we want the penny to be silver, and we want the penny, his head on the penny to face the direction everybody else is facing." Like, why did you have that little odd thing? Because that was really an odd situation in what we would call the timeline of this particular age that we in. You see what I'm saying? And so he deserved them flowers, man. The historical flood, and I'm not familiar with it. The historical flood in Eastern Kentucky, so I'm not familiar with it. Um, yeah. Them planets double agents, man. I'm a double Aquarius, 4 planets in Aquarius. Ooh, Laverne, girl, you deep. You deep. 4 planets in. I'm 4 with you. Yeah, what I was saying, Monica, is the first of all the planets double agents for real, for real. But the ones I was talking about was like the moon and Mercury have an energy that's more mutual, and wherever it's, if it's conjoined with Mars, for example, then the energy will come off a little bit more harsh in a sense. So it's as if those energies are influenced by the other ones, where the other ones are not necessarily so per se. So they're considered neutral. But the reason why I would also say they're all double agents is simply because I'm gonna tell you what they was called in the old times: the Watchers, right? And so it's as if the energies is watching you, and to a degree they are. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know what I mean? I can show you this stuff. Just go back and look at the celebrity profiles that we did when something happened, to show you the parallel. But the video I keep pinned on this channel though is Beyonce and Jay-Z, and why it's $1 billion couple, because you can get it. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce was born with Venus right here, and Jay-Z was born with Jupiter right here. Actually, he was born first, so Jupiter is here, then Venus is here, and then this is prosperity, luck, and expansion, and this is money, and then this, oh shit, it's $1 billion. Let's go get it. You know what I mean? And that's a planetary alignment. And one another thing I love about they thing, yeah, just like the angels. That's why they said, eh, Raphael is the one that was dealing with Regulus at the time. It was Leo. Now it's progressed to like early Virgo. Gabriel is over more close to 3 degrees Pisces, formaldehyde. Uriel is more, also known as Oriel, the light of God, is Antares, which is the red star that look like Mars, and Scorpio. Um, and I'm missing one right now. Who am I missing? Leo, Regulus, and Taurus over here. Taurus. Um, oh Lord, Michael. How dare I? You know what I mean? No wonder I forgot. Michael, dealing with the energies starting at like 26 degrees Taurus, which starts to get into the Pleiades and Aldebaran and all these other stars and whatnot. They give him Aldebaran. So these four royal stars, also known as the four watchers, correspond to the four angels. So, but the question is, what if the angel really ain't an angel and they was just really talking about these particular energies and they styled it as an angel? You understand what I'm saying? And so, but anyway, you know what I mean? Yeah, those planets are like watchers and whatnot. Um, but they all be spying, you know what I mean? Because the energy, again, the energy of your day is recorded in space. You feel me? So therefore, you know, go find an old interview with Scarface somewhere and he tell you like, damn man, it seems like every October, November, I forget what precise month, a family member died. When a family member died, his family is like always in the same month. Different years, but it's the same month. Yeah, because it's a groove, it's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? And this is when you start picking up the rhythm. Like, oh, that's wait a minute, that's a little strange now. Oh, it's something to it. The problem is we don't know what's to it. You understand what I'm saying? We just be like, that's just weird. But it's something to it. You understand what I'm saying? And so, all right. So yeah, Maryland is the bomb. I did an Airbnb trip. One of our trips to Maryland, and had a beautiful like farmhouse in the country, man. It was like real dope. I was shocked with Maryland, for real, for real. All right. They all serve us as healing and disciplinary forces through Orion. Woohoo! Orion and K-Pax, you know? Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's raining in the ATL, Jacob. Um, yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock. But yeah, any questions? We get off at 10, 7 minutes. We make it 10 o'clock. Do a quick little hour, man. I'm gonna probably lay low, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, do it all again. But yeah, any questions? Shoot it to me. Is it a good time for new careers for Aquarian women? So it really depends in totality what's going on in the chart, though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you say career, that's really a 10th house matter, and you got to see the chart in totality. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't say with a definitive yes or no without really seeing that energy. Now, if that's like a general question in a sense, like you can do a concept called even house astrology, where Leo could be on the rising, but that put Aquarius over there because it's Leo season. So that'll put Aquarius over there on the 7th house cusp. Career is at the top. That's an issue. So that's a no-no. It's going to be a challenge if I use that concept of even house astrology. That's not one of my concepts. I don't really use that concept. That's a general generic thing, because it's not even. You know what I mean? How is going to be even when it's 365 days that we got to fit in a 360-degree circle? Where's that even at? So it's not even. And most importantly, your time of birth is like, I just can't rule that out. You know what I'm saying? And so I need to see the chart in totality, because you can have some other things going on, such as your progress chart. Your progress chart can say 0 degrees on the MC, which means there's a new beginning, or even 29 degrees, which represents something's coming to an end and it's time for you to get ready to shift. So I can't go with a general thing without seeing the whole thing. You know what I mean? This stuff it takes a diagnosis, you know what I'm saying, to really just look at it in totality. So I can't say that per se without seeing the work. Is it a good time to break up with my Leo? No, Leo, leave my Leos alone, man. My Leos is having a tough time. Please don't. I got two dear Leo friends of mine who are in their feelings about love right now. So I can't let you break up with your girlfriend, Leo Rising. I can't say, man. I can't answer that, man. I cannot answer that, man. Like, it just depends. Yeah, like, I can't say that. I don't have enough information to even give my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gonna leave my Leos alone, man. I leave them alone, man. They all right, man. They represent love and fun. Like, how you can't love the Leos? You know what I'm saying? But they also represent boss, and they could be bossy and think they think they got this shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's they know who daddy is. They know who it is without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I mean? Don't let them pump fake you. But I can't answer that, bro. You know what I mean? Um I believe in I believe in fourth quarter comebacks. You know what I'm saying? I believe that you in it. You didn't raise your hand to break up with the person when you first got into it. So obviously y'all have lost the way. Y'all out of harmony. And how can y'all come back in harmony? How long have y'all been together? You know what I'm saying? I listen, man. But see, that sounds arrogant. Cause I'm about to say, if everybody just listen to me, we gonna be all right. Like, just listen to me, follow my lead. We gonna be straight. You know, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to throw things up in people's faces, though. What I mean by that ain't nothing like I told you so. It's more or less like, what do I gotta do? Like, what do we have to do? Like, shit. Since 20 February, I mean January 2012, that's 10 years, about to be going on 11 years. We've been paying people's bills like on a community aquarium type of thing. You ain't never heard one person say, I was a part of the love fund and I ain't never ever get paid ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been doing that shit for 10 years, literally 10 years, right? And then I ventured off and got into some real estate stuff, and I took some people with me. You know what I mean? And we may be in on some deals together, and our various deals together as well. And so then we built the real estate thing up. You know what I'm saying? And then if we get into personal testimonials, oh shit, we ain't even talking. What we really talking about? Because now we got receipts that this person was told to do XYZ, they was doing XYZ, and then this happened. What more do we have to really say? But I'm telling you, when it comes to this new where we at, man, do what I tell you to do. I guarantee you, we gonna be straight. And like we just gotta understand the most basic, because this stuff really ain't hard. It's really so easy. The hard part, I think, is, and I'm talking about love. Like, I think the hard part is us becoming vulnerable enough. One, we got to watch ourselves at all times. You should always be monitoring, like, if this is good or this is bad, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're doing. And then being able to jump into that groove and disrupt it if need be, change that, and then be forthcoming and being able to talk about that and work through that. And so put yourself through the therapy or the love simulation, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And bring it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally bring it together. And so there's various topics, of course, that can pit us against each other, and we may be beefing on money, children, things of that nature. But it's really not that hard. It's not hard at all. If we truly are coming from a space of um, from the heart. You know what I'm saying? And learning how to articulate what you're really saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you really saying? You know what I mean? Again, if you tell me, like, I get off at 4 o'clock, and you call me at 4 o'clock, and why didn't you do that? I told you I get off at 4. Oh, I didn't know you. I didn't know what you was really saying was, hey, babe, I get off at 4 o'clock, and I'd love to see you at 5. I didn't know you was really saying that. You know what I'm saying? I just thought you'd be back and you get off at 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And so if we learn how, that's why I say communicate, and it's true, and it takes practice. It takes practice. Do you know your love? Some people are in relationships and don't even know their significant other love language. Some people don't even know what a love language is, and there's only 5. And I think, goddamn, like 5. That's it. Oh shit! I should be able to master love if it's only 5. It's only 5 languages, man. You mean in all the ways that you think you can express love, you only express love in 5 ways? That shit is amazing to me, because now it's simple. And so now that it's simple, then everything should be flowing. You know what I'm saying? And so we just gotta work, man. It's easy. It ain't hard. Here at home, Taurus, Scorpio, daughter Leo. So get, oh yeah, everybody's squaring each other. You know what I'm saying? But that's good, because you can produce something great with that kind of energy. That's the challenge is, what can y'all create as a family, and everybody agree to it? Because what that is, if you're saying Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, only thing you're missing is the Aquarian part. Like that's like a room, and each person is at a corner, and they all squaring each other, and then 2 of the people gonna be opposite of each other, which was the Scorpio and the Taurus. But that gives you the ability to build something. You know what I'm saying? So y'all should really create a family goal and promise each other that y'all gonna stay fixated, because those signs are fixed, which means they focus. Y'all gonna stay focused on it until y'all hit the agreed upon milestone, and then allow that energy to transmute and work itself that way. You got this, you got this, you got this. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's do this ice cream truck. I'm doing the research. What you doing? Oh, okay. I'm gonna put the money up for what. You know what I mean? Like just figure that shit out and stick to the blueprint until it works. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way to deal with all that energy. Because if not, because it's there. So that tension is there. I say it all the time. It's the dog that you don't walk, and it tears up the house. So you got to give the energy something to do. You have to. All right. All right. Man, y'all leave Leo. Oh man, y'all leave. They going through it right now. I've been telling my daughter we need to. Yeah. That's all it's about, man. All right. So anyway, man, happy Aquarian full moon. Man, I hope y'all go out here. Get personal, get jiggy with it. Use your imagination. The moon represents imagination and intuition. So the things that you got this sixth sense about, this intuitive feel about, tap in and get connected, and cast that energy out, man. And I hope I see y'all tomorrow. All right. I don't know, man. Trump family, you want to do it? I don't know. Man, Judah one told me a little something was going on, man. I don't watch TV. I get all my news from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know nothing about it. I just know, they messing with my guy. You know what I mean? It's bogus. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just, it is what it is. So I don't know yet. Maybe I'll look into it. I don't know. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, man, I get with y'all soon. All right, man. Hopefully tomorrow. Subscribe, share with a friend. Check us out, man. Check out Minister Jew at The Imagination Guru. That's my guy. You know what I mean? And he got a new Facebook page. I think it's called, I forget, Manifester Jew, maybe. I think it's called Manifester Jew on Facebook and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, man, yeah, we get with you. All right. Biden, I don't know, man. I always thought Biden was gonna die anyway. He looked like death, so I'm not gonna even look into that. I just was like, oh shit, anybody can see that you don't look too well. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That would be something to look into a little bit. But yeah, man, who knows? But anyway, I get with y'all. Hit me up if you need me. All right, peace.